Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Marisa Maggio Harelson. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and I have with me today Dr. Jess Buehler from Central South Dakota. Dr. Buehler is a chiropractor. She's also an acupuncturist. She also is certified in several holistic healing modalities. She is the mother of 5 children. Wow. And she is married to Matt. They live on a farm. She is all about health and nutrition, and it is her passion to educate people about what we have our hands on today. Nutrigenomics with an incredible company, LifeVantage. So thank the person that invited you to take a look at this, whether you're on the replay or you're watching us live. We have a gift to share with you, and I was blown away when I learned about LifeVantage 8 years ago at a yoga studio. So I teach yoga and meditation. I'm a former television news reporter and anchor. I actually had a health beat, so I've always been into health and wellness. But when I overheard another teacher talking about just amazing things about her health and energy and focus and sleeping better and what was it, skin, she had me at skin. I was like, whoa, what are you talking about? And she pointed to one of my yoga students, Carrie Williams, and said, go talk to her. And I did, and the rest is history. So I am so happy that I was open-minded enough to take a look at something that there's nothing in the world doing what these products are doing to activate our body. We're not talking about supplementation here. We're talking about activating what you were born with. Feeding it through Nutrigenomics, nutrition for the genes. And so when I saw this and I saw key things that these products were doing in our main flagship product in the ABC investigative report that we're going to show you, I was absolutely blown away. And then when I saw the science of what this was, I'm going, why wouldn't I take this? Why wouldn't I share this with people? So there's opportunities here to be a customer. 90% of our company, LifeVantage, publicly traded on the NASDAQ, is customer based, but there's also an incredible opportunity. And I would just invite you, if you don't have a little side hustle, I would invite you to take a serious look at the potential of what you can create for your life, especially today. People are needing to find alternative ways of creating income. And I can promise you, if you fall in love with these products and a few basic business principles, you can change your life forever. So here we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll share my screen. I mentioned LifeVantage, publicly traded on the NASDAQ, pioneering this new modern science of nutrigenomics. And for those of us that do the business, everybody's results are different. Not everyone is going to have the same amount of success, because in life, it's what you put in. However, I love what we have our hands on. When I love a good movie, I'm going to share that with people. So when I saw the science of this, I was going to share it. So LifeVantage began in a lab with a single question: is declining health something we have to simply accept as part of getting older? Well, I don't know about you, but I'm aging and I don't really want to, but I want to age healthy and well. So discovery number 1 is that our genes contain an incredible ability for the body to heal itself. And decades later, LifeVantage discovered a way to activate these abilities naturally. So a little brief history, because I think it's really important that you see this. It's where the company got started, how we got started. This biotech company out of the University of Colorado in Denver, focusing on the aging of our cells. So here we are, our products have been sold since 2003, but in 2005, ABC's primetime investigative reporter, John Quinones, did an investigative report. It was a lead story, and this is an 11-time Emmy award-winning reporter. So he got wind of a study that said this incredible product, Protandim NRF2, could reduce what's called oxidative stress. Now, you may not know those words, because I sure didn't. I'd heard of free radical damage, but I still wasn't really educated as to what that is. Well, it's really the rusting of the cells. So take a look at this ABC. Pay close attention. It's just a short little clip from the full report, and really listen to what happens to his blood work. Here we go.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
And apparently that's exactly what everyone did. Oh my goodness, $5 million of orders. The company stock goes up from $1 to $20 a share, quickly goes down. They were a small biotech company. They did not have marketing infrastructure. They didn't have a manufacturing plant. It was very difficult to get it out to the masses, 8-month backlog. So they basically scrambled to get it online and in store shelves. And guess what? It's sitting next to $5 and $10 antioxidants. It's not an antioxidant. So with more of that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Jess Buehler. But I want to let you know that also in that ABC, after that ABC report aired, distinguished scientists and universities from all over the world contacted the researcher and wanted to begin their own independent studies. So we switched from the retail market to direct sales in 2009, more with the science and more with understanding this company and how we are so unique is Dr. Jess Buehler. As I mentioned, Dr. Buehler is a chiropractor in South Dakota, a mother of 5 children, and just passionate about health and wellness. So thank you so much, Dr. Jess, for being on today, for seeing the science here, and for educating us on how we can optimize our health.
Thank you, Marisa. So there are 3 theories to aging. And the first theory is what our Protandim NRF2 Synergizer, our flagship product, was all about. That's what that ABC clip was about. This was the first theory, you guys. And up until 2003, nothing you could take they had ever found could possibly significantly reduce oxidative stress, you guys. That's why the ABC Primetime report was done, not to further prove our product, but to debunk our product, right? So we all have free radical damage, and that when those free radicals start damaging our cells, we have an accumulation of damage. We have an inability to balance that damage with antioxidants, and we end up with oxidative stress. We have a load, right? A stress load on our cells. And this comes from regular reactions, normal reactions in our body, breathing air, digesting food, every process that happens in your body. Free radicals are a byproduct. But we also produce free radicals in excess when we're exposed to toxicities, things we put on our skin, in our mouths, in our things in our environment, in our air, in our food, in our water. When we exercise, when we don't exercise, you guys, literally everyone has this. It's not like you can escape it, right? So the idea is, what can we do to help reduce that oxidative stress load? Because we know that underlyingly, oxidative stress is at the root of everything, including aging. So we don't want to talk about, and I'm not here to tell you that we have the cure for anything. We're actually not looking to be a cure for any symptom, condition, or disease. We are looking to heal your cells on a cellular level. We want to get the health of the cell back to where it should be. And the first step of that is to reduce oxidative stress. So how we do that differently is we are able to turn on a pathway in our body, the NRF2 pathway. And with this protandem, with this synergizer, with these 5 components working synergistically, we are able to turn on the NRF2 protein messenger within every cell. And it attaches to our DNA, and it causes an expression of certain genes. One of those genes, you guys, one of those genes, one is all we're going to talk about today. One. And that is our antioxidant response system. And so what happens is our body starts producing its own antioxidants at a rate of 1,000,000 to 1 every second. And it's pulsatile. What does that mean? Well, if you're sciencey, you'll know that pulsatile is a good thing. That's how our body normally works. We have a wave and then we come back down. What we see with things like cancerous cells is they just stay at high all the time, right? We need this pulsatile motion. We don't want our bodies to get used to things, right? So we start making our own antioxidant enzymes, things like superoxide dismutase, catalase, glutathione. And our own antioxidants that we produce are far more potent than anything we can take. And when we take them, our body has to process them. So some of it's lost just in the making it available for our body. This is significant. This is huge. And the components work synergistically, much like if you went to make a loaf of bread, right? You have all these components and they're in just the right amount in order to get a perfect bread at the end. But if you get things off just a little bit, you don't get the same end product. This is exactly what's happening in your body. You cannot take these 5 components and get the same result. It's not possible. So this is sort of explaining a little bit of that one and done, right? We could take antioxidants. And in fact, those were studied from the 1950s and still currently are, trying to find something that if we took at a ridiculously high amount, right? If we took a therapeutic dose of an antioxidant, could we get a reduction in oxidative stress? No. The answer is no. But are fruits and vegetables still good for you? Is it still good for you to eat antioxidants? 100% yes. So you still need those things, but they only neutralize free radical damage at a rate of 1 to 1. Look at how many blueberries, oranges, or vitamin C you would have to take to get the same impact of taking 1 little yellow pill a day. And we see a reduction in that oxidative stress load on average by 40% in 30 days. Look at what John Quinones had. He had a 45% reduction in 2 weeks, just 2 weeks. Now imagine if you took this for a month, then you added another month, and then you added another month, and what your body would be functioning like, those cells, what would be happening within your cells if you kept giving that? What would that be like, right? So as Marisa mentioned, we have been studied independently. That means our company did not fund it, by many, many institutions and universities. And we've been in these various journals as well. And all of this is available on pubmed.gov. That's the public medical database. This is where doctors go to do their research. And I can tell you this, if you had even one study that made it into PubMed on a patented end product, that would be significant. And we have over 25 on just this product, and not on the components, on our patented blend. You guys, if you hear nothing besides just this part, this should literally blow your mind, whether you're a physician or you're not. So cool. Washington State University said NRF2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary, most therapeutic preventive breakthrough in the history of health. Are you kidding me? I mean, seriously. And that's just where the company began. And obviously I'm passionate about this. I could talk to you for over an hour on just that product. But I just want you to get a little taste of the information so that maybe you're a little curious to hear a little bit more. So the second theory of aging is mitochondrial decline. Now you remember back to your science classes, the mitochondria are the energy producing part of the cell. It's the engine in the cell. So we have the rusting of the car, the rusting of the engine with oxidative stress. Now we have 4 engines. We have engines that are not working. Why? Because those engines are susceptible to oxidative stress. And so what happens is these mitochondria become damaged. They're not doing their job. Just like the engine in your car, if your engine wasn't running very well, the car is not going to be running very well either, right? So what did LifeVantage do? They created a product to impact not the end product, right? But to impact the pathway. The NRF1 pathway is responsible for mitochondrial biogenesis. So what does that mean? It means we're able to produce new mitochondria. We're able to give cells more mitochondria within every cell. We're able to repair the cells, mitochondria that are repairable. And also we're able to get rid of those mitochondria that are damaged. So we stop reproducing faulty mitochondria. Why is this beneficial? You guys, every cell needs an engine. That is good, right? So we have 5 components, again, blended synergistically to impact this pathway. And that synergy allows for a 2,000% increase in the amplification of the NRF1 pathway. So what do you see? What's the end result, right? When we have cellular energy, we also get mental energy, physical energy. We sleep better, we repair better. Whatever the cell's job is, it doesn't matter where it is in your body, it's doing it better. So cellular health, big deal, right? The third theory of aging is Sirtuin decline. So we were designed, you guys, what are sirtuins? We're getting kind of sciencey here, right? What are sirtuins? Sirtuins are produced in high quantities when we fast. So remember back to the fact that we were designed to be hunters and gatherers. We were designed to feast and to famine. And sadly, most Americans just live in the feast state. We don't ever engage in the famine state. But when we're in that famine state, there is a myriad of health benefits. And this is how you were genetically designed, right? Because when you killed something, you then needed to fast in order to you needed your brain to work well, to get ready to try to kill something, to outsmart something so you could kill it. You needed your joints to work. You needed your heart to pump, your lungs to pump. You needed your brain to be active. You needed to engage what? Every cell in your body. Sirtuins impact everything. So as we decline, as we age and the production of these declines, we needed a way to engage them. We needed a way to upregulate them, right? And obviously fasting is a great option, and I 100% think everyone should incorporate fasting of some sort into their lifestyle. But what else could you do? And that's what this company came up with. This is our Protandim NAD synergizer. So again, we are upregulating a pathway responsible for an end product. We have a blend of 4 components this time working synergistically. And what we see with this is a 100% increase in sirtuin production in just 24 hours. When we fast, we see a 94% increase in sirtuin production. This is significant. And again, we're impacting every part of the body. Mental focus, mood, energy, healthy inflammatory inflammatory response, better cholesterol levels, healthy vascular system, every system again, right? Why? Because we're talking about cellular health. This is what we're looking to improve, is the health of our cells. When we increase the cellular level health, everything else gets better too. So what our company did was they put these three products, these three cellular synergizers, together into our trilogy, right? Protandim, Tri, Synergizer. Now look at this. This is our NRF2, NRF1, and NAD product. In the gray bars, it shows what would happen if you took them independently. And then the blue bar shows what happens when we take them all three together at the same time. And look at this. We have antioxidant and detoxification and healthy inflammatory response, upregulated by 73%, 838%. Are you kidding me? Who doesn't want less inflammation in their body and more detoxification? And then in the middle, we have regulation of key metabolic genes. How many of you don't like the way your metabolism is running, right? After you hit 20, 30, 40, 50, what you used to do that worked is no longer working, right? And then mitochondrial biogenesis up by 118%. And then we have the key enzyme in the NAD recycling. That means we're able to reuse the NAD that we're producing, which is utilized in nearly every process in your body, including the Krebs cycle. You guys, if you don't see past this slide, that's fine, because we've literally hit on science that no other company is even talking about. You haven't heard about this from anyone else because no one else has it. No one else has what we just talked about. These three pathways amplified in the way that we are able to is out of this world. This is crazy, crazy science. But we didn't stop there. So the company has different ways you can combine the products into different stacks, right? Stacks of products. Why? Because every person has different cellular issues going on in their body. So we need to look at this. What they did was they took NRF2 activation and they applied it to their skin and their hair with our True Science skincare and hair care lines. And honestly, every product on this page could be a standalone product. There could be a company that was only this and have significant results. And then we took NRF2 activation and we also made a version for our four-legged friends, our dogs, Pet Tandem, right? And then we took NRF2 activation and we applied it to our brain neurochemistry, so that the neurotransmitters in our brain will dock to the areas of the brain that are needed to give us the result that we want. When our neurotransmitters don't go to where they're supposed to on the right part of the brain, our brains don't work the way that they should, right? So yes, Axio, this is our brain hack. This is our brain food. It's the way to make your make your brain work better just by drinking something. Are you kidding me, right? And then we have the two supplements that I've recommended for everyone from in utero until death. We need a good probiotic. Why? Because our gut is so important, right? We need our gut for our 75% of our immune function, 90% of our serotonin production, 50% of our dopamine production, and 80% of our neurotransmitters. And that's just the top, you guys. This is where we digest and absorb our food. So many good things are happening in our gut. So what makes our probiotic different is a biotract lining that allows it to bypass our stomach acid and get deep into the small and large intestine where we need them to be to do their job. Probio, amazing. And then we have Omega Plus. So this has our EPA and DHA, the omega-3s that are essential for pretty much everything, again, on a cellular level. And then they added omega-7 for metabolism and vitamin D3. So what do you know about good fats, right? We need good fats. Why? Because they become incorporated into every single cell membrane. What does that give you? It gives you membrane fluidity. What does that give you? It gives your cells the ability to communicate and talk with each other. That's how our cells work together. That's how your systems are communicating with each other. And when you don't have fluid cells, your cells are not talking the way that they should, right? So it also starts the anti-inflammatory cascade. And literally, we could talk about fish oil forever. Every system in your body needs good fats in its cell membrane. And then we have Physique Weight Management System. This is designed for people looking to maintain their weight or lose some weight. Come on. We've got a protein shake, we have a prebiotic drink, and we have fat burn that's targeted at our visceral fat. So we need to address the scary stuff that surrounds our organs with fat burn. Prebiotic is like adding fertilizer to your probiotic. So if your probiotic is the seed, your prebiotic is the fertilizer. It makes those probiotics so happy because it is food for them, right? And then we have Vitality Stack, and Vitality Stack is an award-winning stack on its own. This was developed and award-winning before the company developed NAD Synergizer. So this is NRF2, NRF1, and ProBio and Omega together. But this company has stacked our products into different stacks to make this work for you. So if you're looking at this slide and you're like, holy smokes, you had me at the first Synergizer and then you keep adding stuff and I'm so overwhelmed. Well, guess what? You don't necessarily need all of this. Do I use all of this? Yes. But do you know what? You have the option, right? You have the option of figuring out where your health is, where you want to take it, and what areas you want to address. But guess what? Having the options is what we need. You know what? I like to shop on Amazon, right? And when I get on Amazon, sometimes I'll purchase something and then Amazon will say, hey, you might be interested in this. And guess what? They're right. So I'm just telling you that the things you're attracted to, they attract more things. And where your health goes, your energy is going to flow there too. And you're going to be seeing all these other things and benefits that you maybe want to experience too. So, and no, there's options, but you get to choose, right? So what, if you were just listening to that and you're thinking to yourself, there's some people that I know that probably need to hear this information. There's some people that could probably benefit, right? Well, I was because I read some of that research on just our flagship product alone. And I'm like, wow, I have been looking for something, right? Looking for some way to help people that were suffering with high oxidative stress loads, high levels of inflammation, that they were not expressing the genes of health, right? They were instead expressing genes, of disease, of illness, of symptoms and conditions, right? Instead of expressing those good genes, they're expressing the bad genes. So what this company has done is they have allowed you to work from anywhere. You can share this on social media. You can share this with your friends. Everything is virtual. You have your own online store for people to purchase products from you. You don't have to have inventory. You can send them preloaded carts with what they want. Make it easy, make it simple, right? Why would you want to? Why now, right? I can tell you there has not been a better time in the world to think about your health and wellness. There has not been a better time for people to realize that, wow, I better start thinking about this because health is your first wealth. And if you don't have, right, if you don't have your health, there isn't anything else that you can do, right, that you can provide for people when you don't have that to start with. So this industry is a big industry. Now look at this. Look at this, you guys. This is only on our flagship product. Look at how many studies are on oxidative stress alone. And it just keeps getting more and more and more research that's being revealed. And honestly, the research that they're doing now, if you go and you look at some of the end products, right? End products of what we're doing, there's research being done on things like glutathione and sirtuins. You're gonna see and you're gonna hear more of the same terms we were talking about. But our company, remember, was founded in 2003 and it's 2020, you guys. We have over 2 decades of research compiled upon research, a company that's at the forefront of breakthrough technologies in health and wellness. And this is where you can become a part of it. So, you know what? Maybe you're thinking to yourself, I just want to take these products. I can't wait to get these in my body. But maybe you're also thinking that an additional stream of income would be something you'd be interested in, that you wouldn't mind sharing with this with people and getting compensated for that, right? We've cut out the middleman, and now it's the distributors who are getting the information to the people, who are sharing this with other people, and the company realizes that that's a big deal, right? So as a distributor, you would purchase a bundle of product, a silver, a gold, or a platinum pack at a reduced price, and then you would start getting you would become a product of the products, right? You would know that this is how I felt when I did this. This is what my hair looks like when it's activated. This is what my skin looks like when it's activated. I have literally nothing on my face, nothing in my hair, not a product at all is on me right now. So what I'm saying to you is that when you become a product of the product, it's easy for you to share, right? And we make it easy. You get paid weekly and you get paid monthly. And we even have daily pay. So who do you know that is looking for extra income, right? Who do you know that could benefit from hearing this? So if those are things that are interesting to you, that's where we really are looking for. You know, for me, I really wasn't even looking for a business when I started this. I saw that science and I knew that I had a moral obligation to share this with people. I didn't have an attachment to what your answer was, but I had an obligation to share that science with you and let you decide. And there couldn't be a more beautiful business model than what this company has has developed. And not only that, all of that negative garbage you've heard about that you may have preconceived, this company doesn't have any of those things. In fact, our customers and distributors pay exactly the same price for the products. We have over an 80% retention rate. What does that mean? When people start taking it, they continue taking it. And not only that, but the benefits they saw in their first month, they see more and more. The longer they take it, the more they need it, the more their bodies need it, the more we age, the more we need these products, right? So there is part of that when you really look in, right? When you really lean into this business model, it's not something you were taught. It's unfamiliar ground. You might be afraid of this, but this might be the one thing that you just need a little bit of education on. You need to learn a little bit about it. And honestly, there couldn't be a better person to tell you about that than Marisa, who is now an elite Pro 8 with our company. I'm going to let her tell you about this income disclosure statement that you're seeing in front of you and how you can really make income with this company.
Dr. Jess, you are amazing. I am just so fired up. I'm ready to join all over again. I just love how you simplify everything and it just the way you explain things. This is so important. So yes, our health is everything. As Dr. Jess was saying, without it, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter how much money you make. However, if you see this opportunity, it is really life-changing. And when you start hitting the elite ranks, you take part in global revenue sharing. So you're getting a little bit of something from every customer's order and every distributor's order. It's pretty profound. So I'd invite you to get your questions answered. So here is what we try to help people get to the first 90 days of joining LifeVantage as a Pro 3. It's over $600 extra a month. That's leveraged income. That's income working while you're sleeping. So what's happening is that our products are consumable. People need to take them daily. So you start building this asset-based business. It takes time. So Pro 3 is over 5,000 organizational volume points. Maybe it's a Pro 5 level. Maybe you want over 3,000 extra dollars a month coming into your family's household. I mean, can you imagine how incredible that can be for a family? Even an extra $200, even maybe just to pay for your product. You can share it with a few people that way. So a Premier Pro 5 is over 20,000 organizational volume points. That may or may not mean a lot to you right now. We can get those questions answered. But then when you hit the elite ranks, that's over 100,000 organizational volume points, almost dollar for point, coming into your organization. You did not do that alone. It was the few people that you saw it, and you really only need 3 people that see it like you, that see an opportunity and want to build this global online store. And you can do it from anywhere in the world. If you have a laptop, iPad, a phone, it's technology. We have an app. We can send you links, video links. We can send customer orders, a shopping cart, even from our app. It's pretty incredible. And then this is life-changing income. Now, if anybody would have said, you know, this is where I would be in my life today, I would not have believed it. I was on the hamster wheel of life like everybody else, just spinning hours for dollars, right? And I didn't know there was another way. I didn't grow up in an entrepreneurial family. I grew up youngest of 5 kids in Lexington, Kentucky. And, at times it was really difficult. My parents had trouble with finances. And you know what? There's a lot of arguing that happens when couples have financial stress, right? So some of that I listened to and learned as I got older. But I've always had good work ethic. I worked as a TV news reporter for almost 20 years. Now I get to do what I want to. I live in the flow. I love helping people. And if you love helping people, this is truly a beautiful culture of people. I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. We become like a family. My family, we've been able to travel with other LifeVantage families all over the world. We have incentives, we have promotions, we have a global convention coming up in October. We give back, we have a charity, we have a legacy program with multiple charities that whatever you give to the company will match it. Our CEO is on the board of directors, the Direct Selling Association board of directors, publicly traded. He rang the closing bell on NASDAQ in January for Wellness Week. Wall Street invited LifeVantage to represent Wellness Week. Erin Brockovich on our board of directors. Erin Brockovich, one of the leading health advocates in the world, and she doesn't join anything lightly. So for me, I guess I was looking for something. My mom had died 8 months prior to me finding out about LifeVantage. It rocked my world. I stopped doing any other work but yoga and my kids. And for me to have overheard a conversation at yoga, I just felt this was divine intervention. I wasn't looking for this. I didn't know to look for this. But I was open. I always say LifeVantage finds you. You don't find LifeVantage. And as I mentioned, the business is not for everybody, but the products surely are, right, Dr. Jess? I mean, it's just been absolutely incredible. And it's something that you weren't looking for either, but obviously you're passionate about it. And obviously as a Pro 6 level, which is a really significant leveraged monthly income coming into your family, that has to help your family living on a farm and having 5 children. And that's expensive. I know, I came from 5 kids.
Yes. So, so it's both ways, you guys. So obviously my passion comes with helping people too, and helping them with their health is a big deal to me, so, and it's not because I'm not successful in my practice, you guys. I have over a year waiting list for people to get in to see me, but you have this ability with this company to impact lives you would have no access to otherwise. And the culture, the same culture that Marisa talked about too. You get to be around like-minded people that are on the same mission as you are, right? And you're earning an income while you're doing it. And I can do this. My baby's asleep right now and the kids are in the house and I'm here on a meeting, right? You have this flexibility to do it when it works for you, to do it in the nooks and crannies of your life while you're still doing the rest of your life. But that doesn't mean that has to be where it stays. You can do this part-time. You can do this full-time. You can do this big time. I mean, if you didn't look at that income disclosure statement and think, wow, is that even possible? I mean, some of those, honestly, even with my doctorate, I'm looking at those monthly incomes and thinking, wow, I have the entrepreneurial spirit. I'm used to working for what I get, right? But with this company, it's not just what I do. It's what everyone on my team does. And you get a bit of everyone else's work as well. And you get to choose who you're working with, right? So if I could pick anybody to be on my team, I would pick somebody like Marisa. I want to be around her. I want to grow with her and learn with her and share with her. And I want to see other people's lives improving as we're doing it, not just health-wise, but also financially too.
Yeah, we have a mentorship program, so if people say, can I do this? How can I do this? That's kind of what I had to say to myself. I've never done network marketing, but I love this business profession. It's being taught in universities all over the world, and it is the business of the 21st century. And if you're not doing backflips over where you want to be in 3 to 5 years financially, I say take a very serious look at this incredible profession. You have to look at the key components of a business in anything, and then you become a student, you become a professional. We teach people how to launch their business, how to learn this business, and how to become leaders. And I would never, as I mentioned, thought in my wildest dreams that I would have an opportunity like this come my way. And I will say, once or twice in your life, you might have an opportunity that you can say yes to. We say you don't have to know anything to get started. You just have to get started. Do what Richard Branson says. When someone offers you an opportunity and you're intrigued, just say yes. You can figure it out later. You got a team of people that share. Dr. Jess can tell you what to do. I mean, it's just beautiful. So I just thank you so much, everybody, for being on this webinar today. Share it with people you know, love, and care about. And at least let's get people being healthier today, more important than ever before.